Do 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 do.
Why would you? That was random.
I was just making sure it was ready. I was making sure it was ready.
Oh, that's perfect. B.o.P Gaming episode 48 live 7:30, and obviously it is close to 8 or 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. What is going on? It is Killer Whisk, or Whisk for short.
And Outlandish.
We're live right now on YouTube, so wherever, Jesus, everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, as well as TikTok. We're live on TikTok right now. Make sure you check us out, like, subscribe, and comment, positive or negative. Let us know in the comments. Sharing is caring. Again, thank you guys for showing love and checking out our weekly news, rants, and IOOs of the gaming industry. Sorry for last week. I had personal endeavors to take care of. That is now handled. We are here live every week on Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Of course, we say streaming soon because we got to get everything situated. So we start with this segment every week to figure out what are we playing this week or last week or right now currently. I'm going to say another round of Battlefield because I got to get used to the swag on it, and now they're talking about releasing a season 1 fairly soon.
After like 10,000 years when it's supposed to be released.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
What I did find out is a lot of people were peeved on the reduction of Breakthrough, which is a playlist that 120 players, and you start from, give you guys an idea.
A lot of people were pissed off about that.
But my thing is, Breakthrough was you pretty much, you go from point A and you gotta take care of B, C, D, and then the game is over. That's how Breakthrough is. It was introduced as 128 players. I personally going to say that it was super dumb hectic to the point that it could have been unplayable, or it didn't really allow you to have a set plan with your teammates. So you're talking 128, I think it's a 128 versus 128. So it was pretty, you revive, go through, dead.
Yeah.
So it was like when you play Call of Duty, you go shoot, kill, and then you can't really snipe at Call of Duty unless you just run up and just shoot and do spins and shoot. You can't sit and plan and coordinate. So they reduced it from 128 to 64. I feel it's a better pace. Mm-hmm. A lot of people were pissed off because they're so used to playing Grand Theft Auto 5, which is random hectic violence.
Some people like that.
A lot of people like that.
Because I remember, because it was all over Twitter. People were angry about it.
Yeah, a lot of people love it. But the same, me personally, in my opinion, this is why we're here, those that were hating on the reduction weren't really Battlefield hardcore players. Because if you are a Battlefield hardcore player, you will understand that it was too hectic. You would rather just play all-out War Conquest, because at least you'll have more of you have such a big map that it becomes more of a controlled environment.
Obviously, you would know more than I would, because I don't play those type of games.
And I always played either Call of Duty or Battlefield. But if I want something more realism, more pace, more controlled as objectives, it will be Battlefield. And I think the reduction of Breakthrough with those players met that criteria. But a lot of people were pissed. What about you?
So, I'm actually playing a game that I used to play back in the day, and recently they released a remaster, and it was on sale. I was like, you know what the heck? I bought it and started playing it. Saga Frontier, the remastered, which I forgot how much I love this game. I love the art style. I love the monsters that's in this game. The story, it's cheesy, it's easy, but it's made by Squaresoft. Back when it was made by Squaresoft.
Yeah.
Now it's Square Enix, obviously. It's still one of my favorite PS1 titles that I'm glad it got the remake, and I'm having fun with it. I'm having fun with it because I pretty much know how the game is because like I said, I played the game so much back then. But it's I like revisiting everything again. It's fun.
So we have a lot of topics. So we're not gonna rush, but we want to keep it speedy only because there was a lot of news last week, and then there's a ton of different news this week. But there's a lot to talk about within these topics. So first, as you see right here with the image, we got Indie World, which he's going to go take the reins on it. Very briefly of what has been announced, because this happened in May 11th, and the picture, actually that is not the picture that I wanted, but it showed the date. It was May 11th, right?
Yeah.
So,
Nintendo Direct, Indie Direct had their little Direct. It wasn't a long one. It was about 20 minutes. And yeah, it had to actually some pretty cool games that, that I'm excited about. One of the things they started off with, which is one I'm excited about because it's a mixture of Animal Crossing and Pokemon with the whole like monster collecting thing. And it also has like a music element to it. It's called Ooblets. Originally it came on other systems. Now it's finally going to be on the Switch. Because originally it was on the PC and the Xbox, and now it's going to be on the Switch. And it's cool that, you get to have it all inside, be able to play it portably. And it's like a really cute game. It's a really fun game. So that was one of the ones that got me excited. Another one, which is made by one person, which I was like, I love it. It's called Electhead. It's a platformer, and pretty much the whole premise of the game is you are little robots, and you can use your head in order to take it off because you're a little robot, so your head can come off, obviously. Okay. And you can use that to solve puzzles. Oh. And it's like the way that you do it, but the thing is, you have to do it quickly because you're not able to move without your head. Okay. So you have to do it like a certain way. So it's a different way. It's a very puzzle-centrated platformer, but it looks really fun. It's really impressive because it's done by one person. Yeah. Like the whole thing was done by one person. The one-man team. So it's like really cool that they have that. Most of these didn't have like release dates. They just kind of set them, but most of them are coming out pretty soon. Yeah. And it's like this month and next month. So another one which I was super excited about that looked really cool and seems like a lot of people have been loving this too. It's called Gunbrella. Bless you. It's called Gunbrella, which is pretty much as like the side scroll action title, and it takes place in like in a western type of world, and your weapon is an umbrella that's a gun.
It's like video games. This is where it happens.
And it's like it looks so much fun. It's like literally one of those like Super Nintendo classic like Contra type of like action type of games. And it looks really fun, and I'm like super excited about that one. And then there's another one that looks awful lot like Inside and Limbo. Okay. Hold on, I'm trying to remember the name of that one. I wrote it down. Why can't I remember it? Oh. Silt. It's called Silt.
Silt?
Silt. It's basically you're underwater and you're like this like deep dive person, like a diver. Okay. And it's all black and white. So and it has like the creepy like thing, just like Limbo. Yeah. It reminds me so much
like
of
an
Limbo.
eerie type of setting.
Yeah, and it's really cool because the atmosphere it gives off is so much fun. And then another one, this will be the last one I'll talk about, is it's by the group called Aggro Crab. Okay. And it's called Another Crab Treasure Game. Which the whole point of this game is you are a crab, you walk like a crab, you act like a crab, you do everything like a crab, and you fight enemies like you're a crab. So it's literally like, it looks so much fun because
the life of a crab.
You literally have to crawl, like you have to like move like a crab and everything like that. It's so weird.
So weird.
It's so weird. Exactly. It's so weird, and you have to like fight using the pincers and stuff like that, like an actual thing. It looks so weird. It's funny because games like that are not created by like AAA studios. Yeah. It's always created by the indie guys, which that's what I love.
They have a better chance of taking that risk than a AAA title making something.
And I'm like, this one looks like this will be a lot of fun. Hopefully it's not too expensive because I would say graphically it's not the best looking. Yeah. But I actually want to try because it looks like it'll be so much fun. Like, just...
What's the game called?
It's called Another Crab Treasure Adventure. Another Crab Treasure Adventure.
Yeah. That's funny. So that was mainly the wrap of it.
It was there was showed up other stuff that's pretty much been out and we knew about, so I didn't want to really talk about those. But those were some of the ones that, got me excited.
Okay, the best way to segue, which there really isn't, because it's
literally all over the place.
Okay, let's talk about this, because this is stupid. I'm going to...
yeah, you know about this one too, right?
No, because it's so stupid that I didn't want to even think about it, but we're going to bring it up because we're live streaming it on one of the platforms as well. TikTok is making games.
Yep, they decided they want to start It was reported by.
Just because Netflix has started to do it now, TikTok's going to do it. Like gaming is the crutch for making money.
Exactly. It was first reported by. I always mispronounce this. Routers or
Reuters.
Yes.
Reuters.
It was first.
Reuters.
I always pronounce it wrong. It's one of my news sources that I use, but I always pronounce it wrong.
Reuters.
Yeah. So Reuters first saying that TikTok plans to add video games to their service.
Okay, what video games?
Well, that's the thing. They're looking to do a test run in Vietnam.
Okay.
That's what they're doing, their test run. They didn't say exactly what games they're going to put on there yet. So it looks like it's mostly going to be like puzzle games and things like that, but they didn't say exactly what games. But they're doing the testing by, it's called ByteDance, which is the company that owns TikTok. But the thing is, ByteDance also has games that they make too, mobile games. They're going to be using those games, like some of those games,
keep it in house.
Try to test it out to see how it'll work. Because Netflix creating games, it seems like everyone wants to create some kind of game.
Because you know how TikTok has the ads that you go through and then you see, oh, that's an ad, and you see whatever, and then you click it, go. You would think that'd be the same for the games, but what are they going to be using for that? And I think I have.
That's
an
what
idea.
I'm trying. What do you think?
I think I have an idea.
Because they didn't mention it. Because everything is still like they're only literally testing it in one country right now.
Yeah. So right now we only could speculate, but if you want to really make a deal, which I don't think that would work, only because ByteDance is technically a Chinese subsidiary, and the way things are going with all the war and pending and all that stuff, that might slow it down. But they could partner with Google, and guess what Google has, which could segue to what I'm about to talk about, that I'm very passionate about, is Stadia slow revival on life support. What is it? Feeding through a tube.
A feeding tube,
a feeding tube. Giving Stadia the feeding tube. That could what TikTok could use.
Possibility. We don't know.
Because that's dumb.
All right now they're doing a test run in Vietnam. They're hoping that it'll do well.
AT&T used Google for their random test for behind the scenes Stadia white glove service. You got Netflix. Oh yeah, I'm getting it.
Okay.
And then Netflix wants to bring in games, and now TikTok.
Yeah, it's weird. When I heard this, I was like, why? But it's like
Okay, so let's get mad. Let's get
not
mad.
get mad. Get self-righteous.
Yeah. Where is it? I labeled it, but where is it? Did I bring it up here? Yeah, I did. It's here. I have a picture here. It's Control. Control is a game that's been pretty much everywhere, and they're pretty much the pinnacle of streaming. Amazon Luna has it. Stadia, when it was out, which it still is, unfortunately, they have it. Every cloud gaming or streaming service that you have, you can play the Control. That is no problem, okay? And why I have it here is because finally Google is admitting the real name of this new Stadia. Now, for those that rock with Stadia, okay, fine. The Stadia fanboys, y'all gotta sit down and listen quick, okay? The service is dead. It's dead and it's been dead, and I promoted it. I shown y'all, and y'all still think it is alive.
There's literally news sources and evidence stating that it's dead.
It's
and
no
people
longer
still
because they cannot
want to.
Yeah, they cannot sustain themselves as a regular competitor to all the consoles. But what they can do is rebrand as a white glove service and offshore to other companies. We found that first test with the same article that the people complained about, which ended up being true, was AT&T testing it on web browser for Batman Gotham, Arkham City. Okay, weird. Now we're gonna read the report.
It was a test.
It was a test, and apparently it was successful. Okay. Now we have this whole article that came out today, a couple of hours ago, Pacific time, 1:30 p.m. So it might have been in the morning for us or later. I don't know. Right now, off the top, I don't really know. Courtesy CNET, 8 Pacific time, 1:50 p.m. So that was what 12.
No, Pacific time is California.
I know, 3 hours away, behind or forward.
So that means forward. So that means this happened at 4:50 our time.
Thank you. So 4:50 our time, Eastern Standard Time. This is where we got the information. Courtesy of CNET, AT&T and Google bring Control game streaming to phones, tablets, and PCs. I wonder how AT&T is doing that. bringing gaming to game streaming to phones, tablets, and PCs. AT&T said Monday that Control Ultimate Edition is available on Play Now. What the hell is Play Now? It's game streaming service backed by Google Stadia tech. Did we hear anything about Play Now by AT&T? We haven't.
No.
Not even a word. And we do weekly news with niche type of articles and predictions.
And I make sure I pay
and
attention to
opinions
these
and
type
rants.
of stuff.
And we haven't heard anything of this.
But remember, you saw something during what was it? The video game awards.
The VGA Awards.
The VGA.
I swear to you, I seen it. I tried to show y'all the video of the advertisement. Mind you, VGA's Video Game Awards, hosted by Jeff Keeler, that shows you new upcoming.
Back in December
last year, that shows you upcoming trailers, upcoming, games and rewards and all that jazz. Y'all are hip if you understand. But check this out. Oh, she growled. It got me concerned. She went to him. I was like, why is she getting mad? And smelled his leg. So, what was I saying? So they had all the, they showed a trailer, Xbox, PlayStation, they showed everything, but they didn't show anything of Stadia. They showed Amazon Luna. Mm-hmm. They showed, what's another cloud? They showed PlayStation, PlayStation, obviously Xbox and all that jazz, right? But they didn't show anything of Stadia. All the fanboys of Stadia was waiting nothing until one advertisement showed only on Google. I think it was called Google Immersive something that I've seen it. Mm-hmm. Now it's official here that they have a name for it. I'm going to explain it to you. And what this Play Now is showcasing 5G ability to power high bandwidth, low latency experience on phones and tablets. Again, I wonder how they're doing so. And Play Now available to postpaid customers. Okay, so if you're prepaid, you ain't gonna have the service. If you want to know the difference between prepaid and postpaid, prepaid is every month you pay on a card, you put it on the phone. Postpaid is a monthly bill. It lets gamers stream games to their phones, tablets, and PCs at no additional cost. Could you do that with PlayStation Now and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate? Could you do that already?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you can.
Right?
Yes.
We don't even know if it's free or not, or do you have to get AT&T? So that leaves me. Where the hell did Play Now come from, and how to get it is the question. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Exactly.
Players can jump in and try a game without having to wade through a lengthy download and install process, as the service is akin to Netflix. Seems like the Stadia that was supposed to happen with YouTube and the Chrome browsers.
Exactly.
Did that work? No, it didn't.
It did not.
Since Play Now works via Google's Immerse Stream for Games, that was the title. Google's Immersive Stream for Games. We've seen it only once in one trailer by Google through VGA Awards. Hashtags going, Stadia's alive, it's dead. It's on life support. Get fed through a tube by AT&T and other, look at this, they got offers click-to-play access for Control. I got a lot of questions when it comes to AT&T, so I'm going to look that up. But, rendering takes place on servers and the game feed is streamed to users. This does introduce a slight latency or delay because data from a button press has to communicate with servers, be processed, and be streamed back for an on-screen response. So we got AT&T using a Play Now service that reads the Google's Immerse Stream for Games that has to read through the Stadia service that they have versus Google Stadia.
Exactly.
Oh my God. So Control is a part of it, okay? They explain like the reason why Control, they have a computerly intensive gaming using complex physics systems and ray tracing, an expensive method for rendering light realistically throughout the game world. Running Control at its fullest requires an expensive gaming PC, but not with Play Now by AT&T, courtesy of the white glove service Stadia. No, I mean Google Immerse Systems games. Oh my God, dude. And it's funny how they label it game streaming services such as Stadia and NVIDIA GeForce, which means such as Stadia. Boy, that is Stadia.
Exactly, that is Stadia.
Oh my God.
That is literally Stadia.
I will say when it comes to the phone market, they have one up than T-Mobile. If T-Mobile could partner with Xbox to give you Game Pass, the rest is history. I highly doubt it because T-Mobile, you can't even run it. PlayStation Now remotely because of their APN can't be changed. Just stupid. Get Surfshark. Not plug. Just saying. Those that know, you know. Okay? So Google's immersive stream gives the company Stadia's tech greater use and flexibility. Stadia launched in 2019 with much press attention, but slowly fizzled. See how they concluded that? And slowly fizzled. And it's dead. It's already shown that it's dead. Realize that it's dead.
Exactly. There's no hope for it. There's nothing.
In 2021, Google shut down its internal game studio and its head of product, John Justice, left the company. Jade Raymond, the creator of Assassin's Creed, left her role as vice president as well to start the independent studio in 2021.
All the stuff we discussed in the past.
Since then, Google hasn't been promoting Stadia with much vigor. It wasn't mentioned in Google I/O earlier this month either. The company did announce last year that Google is pivoting Stadia to bring its technology to other partners.
Which we discussed.
In which I was belittled and yelled at and said that we don't know news.
Even though it was said,
we don't know news.
It was said right there.
We don't know news though.
No,
we're not here.
We know nothing.
We're just two bros just talking ish.
We're dumb, yes.
Oh my god. It makes me mad how so much pride that they have for a product that we already know is failing. Ay. At the Google for Games Developer Summit in March, Google unveiled Immerse Stream for Games, again, which we've seen in the VGA, but nobody caught and nobody didn't want to talk about. Mm-hmm. Yet in March, they showed it off.
Exactly.
And the company says it's since received much interest from studios and industry. Not for consumers. That's why Stadia is dead. That's my rant. If y'all want to hate, you know where I'm at. Twitter. I'm gonna take this episode. I'm gonna make that cut. I'm gonna splice it up. And put that video. I'm gonna tag put all the hashtags on it so you guys can understand. Stop it. Stop it. Stadia is no longer. I'm sorry. And then AT&T gloats about their partnership, which it's not gonna go anywhere. But I will say this is gonna prove that whoever wants to dive into, like Nintendo, like we talked about some episodes ago, they can use that tech to have Google be in use with their Stadia tech and allow bigwigs to utilize it to further expand their catalog when they don't have a Switch or whatever the case may be. Oh man, that was very rantful. That was very rantful. So that's why I had to put it in there because that was so dumb. That is so dumb. Okay, another one here. A rant-filled one. You want? Which one you want to talk about here? Give me one. Get it. Shoot one that. I got a picture here.
Let's do this one.
What, Silent or Sega?
Sega.
Sega.
I'll talk about Silent after.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Okay, so Sega had their little meeting because around this time, this is where all the game companies have their sales meeting and all that. And Sega had said on their meeting that they have plans that they're going to be making multiple remakes and spin-offs of their classic game titles. They already said that.
Crap out of this.
That's what they're doing. Yep. Because so far right now, it's going to be similar to how Sonic Colors Ultimate and Super Mario Ball Banana Mania.
Yep.
Those are remakes of the games that originally came out, and they plan to release 13 games.
Yep.
From April of this year to March of next year. 13 games. Already in the spotlight already is Sonic Frontiers, Sonic, what is it? Origins, that's it, I couldn't think.
Yep.
House Soul Hackers 2,
Yep.
Endless Dungeon, and 2 Point Campus. That means it leaves 8 more titles on games that are going to be coming out this year.
Okay.
And like I said,
don't know what it is.
They're focusing on remakes and spin-offs of their past titles. Nothing. They mentioned nothing new is going to be coming out. So it's going to be to think what games are going to be things. So
do you have an idea?
What I personally would want is obviously a new Knights game.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Or a new remake of Knights game.
Nice.
A new remake of Knights would be fantastic.
Who are they facing?
And also, Space Channel 5, another game that I love.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah,
that was like the music one?
That's very niche though, but...
Sega likes to do niche stuff, so it's okay. House of the Dead. one of my favorite games. So something like that.
They could release that for VR. You think?
That would be pretty.
That would be cool.
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
man. That would be way better. Okay. House of the Dead VR.
Jet Set Radio.
That's
one. Like, I love that game. The music, the graphics,
Yep.
and everything. Having a remake of the first two games, or having a new title altogether.
just a new title altogether.
I would
Remaster that. Don't
love it.
Remaster because you could play that old school.
Yeah. Because the graphics are not. It's like cell shaded type of graphics.
Yeah.
So it's like, but that I would love that game honestly because the music in that game is fantastic.
So you forget those types of games that we know and we remember, but we forget it's from Sega.
Exactly.
Panzer Dragoon.
Panzer Dragoon, yes, that was another one I was gonna say. Panzer Dragoon, a new one that would be fantastic,
That
and
was
another
one of the
one.
good games I was playing.
And another, that's like one of my favorite games.
Oh, okay, I gotta save this for
And
when we talk
another
about
one
PlayStation
that me personally is one of my favorite RPGs of the Dreamcast, and I would love it to be a remake, even though it was technically re-released. It was technically re-released for the GameCube, but I need like a full, straight out remaster or a sequel. Yes, I said I need. A lot of my friends could agree with this too.
Yes.
Trust me.
Yes.
Skies of Arcadia.
Okay.
You remember how I was obsessed with that game,
Yep.
especially on the Dreamcast. So that would be a nice
There's a lot
surprise
of titles to look up to. I'm thinking they're milking the
Now
crap
these are
out
all
of it,
obviously these are all speculations because they haven't announced what it is.
but we
yet.
got 8 possibilities.
But those are like 8 possibilities.
You named a good
and
6.
if you could at least have 1 or 2 of those, I would be happy.
Let us know in the comments what other Sega game that you feel that needs to have some form of remake,
remaster, or spin-off, or whatever.
Some sort. Because that Panzer Dragoon was good.
Panzer Dragoon, I would love that. Or New House of the Dead.
House of the Dead is probably, it should be a given.
Because
the
I
name
used
will
to
sell.
love that, especially on the arcade. I used to play that all the time.
Sega should do that when the new PlayStation VR comes out as a standalone title to show that, oh, this is good, but then you have it on the Oculus, which is better because it's not tied.
Yeah.
It's boom.
Which
you know what I'm saying? That would be
cool.
Yeah, man. So, yeah.
Something like that. That would
good.
be cool. But yeah, it was pretty cool them announcing that because I'm a nostalgia freak.
And I view it, I'm like, oh, you're milking the cash cow. But I get it. But then Sega hasn't done it. They've done more Sonic everywhere. So it's like, let's try to.
Which I'm actually excited for Sonic Frontiers. That actually looks like an open world Sonic.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that one.
Now let's go skim right through with this. You have some more info, but I want to, because we were just talking about retro, and I'm going to bring this up so we're going to talk about it here. Oh my God, it was a small image. Jesus. I mean, yeah. All right, let me bring it up here. So this is what, here we go. We got an image, PlayStation Plus. As we know, June will have, for us.
For North America, because right now, on the 24th, the Malaysia and like the Southern Asian countries. Southern Asian countries have it out right now. And now, some of the things that were announced.
We broke it down to, 2 weeks ago? In regards to PlayStation
but
Plus,
but now they announced some games now.
Yeah.
That's going to be on it, which I'll discuss. And they also have some features, which I'm also going to discuss too.
Yeah. Yep.
So some of the games that they're going to announce, they're going to be coming out on the first day when this comes out. For the PS5, Returnal. I know you wanted to play that.
I wanted to, but then when I feel like if you die, you got to start all over again, I'm not.
But at least now it's on the thing, so you don't have to pay $60 to do that. You'd be like, I'll try it. Okay, I'm done with it. Now you can like go away.
Yeah. Move that up. Like the water. Probably put it here, because if you smack it, you really excited. You smack that, goes in a wire. The feed is done. Mess.
And then Destruction All Stars and Demon Souls.
Destruction All Stars.
That's going to be on
something
the PS5.
I didn't want to pay for, but it'll be fun to play.
And Demon Souls Remake is also going to be. That's going to be for the PS5 choices to be able to play, and for the PS4 and I guess what they call the cross-gen. Guardians of the Galaxy, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, Control Ultimate Edition, Spider-Man, and, which is actually pretty cool, this was also announced, Ubisoft Plus is going to be on there.
So Ubisoft Plus on the premium tier?
Yes, so you'll be able to, so basically anything that's on Ubisoft Plus.
That's amazing.
You'll be able to play it.
Just like with Xbox, you got EA Play.
So like Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yes.
It's going to be on there, so that's pretty cool. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Watch Dogs, if you like Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs is going to be on there. Uncharted.
Yeah.
And then we go into the classics. which they said that Ape Escape is going to be on there. Siphon Filter is going to be on there.
Yeah, with trophies.
Yep. It's going to have trophies, which is
Because didn't
awesome.
they have it before, but didn't have trophies?
Yeah.
Now that it did.
Yeah, because pretty much right now for the trophy part, they're going to the developers are going to decide if they want to add trophies or not.
Yeah.
So it's not up to Sony; it'll be up to
And Siphon
the
Filter
developers.
did confirm that they will have trophies.
Yep.
Which apparently people wanted that.
Yeah, well, people like trophies. People like collecting
Yes.
things.
But for Siphon Filter, they wanted that. So
Well, yeah, so that's
Okay.
pretty cool.
Made
And
a
then
big
they're gonna
deal.
have Ape Escape, Dark Cloud 1 and 2. And then for the PS3 titles, they're gonna have the Devil May Cry HD Collection, Ratchet and Clank, the PS3 titles, Demon Souls, and then they have demos, which you already said what demos are gonna be. Farming Simulator 22, Cyberpunk 2077, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, WWE 2K22, Forbidden West, that's going to be on there. Horizon Forbidden West. Those are going to be for the demos. And yeah, it seems like it's going to be some decent stuff coming out in the beginning. And now also, they're adding some extra features onto this because since it was released in Malaysia,
You get
now
more
you,
information
now you
on how
have
it's
more
working.
information on what's going to work and what's going to be on there. They're going to have what they call a CRT filter, which is like the retro filter. So it'll be like you're playing like classically. Some people like
I would
the
like
look
to-
of that.
yeah.
Some people like the look of
I'll
that
try
because it's like the back in the day, like you don't play like you played back in the day.
I'll try it.
And then they have, like I said, the retro classic, the modern visuals, which is like a little upscale of the graphics, and then default is whatever you have set up. And then also they're going to have, like I already said, trophy support, rewind feature, so you'll be able to rewind certain things
Like
that you
Forza
do.
now, and what I explained before we got live was Blinks, which is the original Xbox game that you were featured. You get a certain. That was amazing when that happened.
Of course, I
Because
love
there was
it.
a
It came out
lot-
like 2001.
It was a hard drive, and it was like the way the game has to do it, and the way it has to dive into the
It
memory.
was so cool how they
And
did
you
that.
grab an orb, and then you just hit the rewind and rewind. So now we see it as a novelty. Y'all don't understand, man. That's a feature, and I know Forza currently has that. If you mess up,
Exactly, and then they also have quick saves, which is pretty cool. So you know how most modern games have quick saves nowadays, so now you're
I'm
able
still
to do quick saves.
just when we play Final Fantasy VII, we're so used to just going to a save point and make sure you save and hang up.
Exactly.
So quick save is we still do that though. I am still.
Well, I still save the old school way because
Yeah,
I don't trust quick saves.
I
me
sit
personally.
down. It goes, all right, you save and you sit down, and you get back up like, oh no, then I go to manual. So I save it just in
Exactly.
case. It's just a thing.
It's just in case.
Call it OCD, but that's what we do.
This is what we do.
That's what we do.
And then another thing they also show too is some of the old games you could also buy. So if you don't want to just play it on a thing, you want to have it like
You can buy
digitally, you can buy it. It's going to be the same price that it was before on the PS3, between $5 and $10. And some of the games that they showed off already is Apes Odyssey, and Worms World Party, and Worms Armageddon.
And
Those
again,
are the
this
three.
is something that's starting.
Yeah,
So
so
it
it's
should
just
be rolling
starting.
out.
So more, they said more games will be, a lot more games will be rolling out. This is just a test market right
But
now.
here's the thing. Here's where I need to say this needs to happen. And you put it into my head, and now it's been bothering me.
What?
So it needs to happen. Gex.
Yes.
Gex.
If they have all the Gex games on there,
Gex
that'll be
needs to
amazing
happen.
because that's literally one of my favorite game series
It's
growing
so-
up.
It is.
It was like so much
It was the
fun.
first time we experienced witty commentary.
Exactly, because he had such witty commentary.
Yeah.
And it's like having those games, if those games get re-released onto the PS Plus, get a new fandom, more people play it, who knows? Maybe we could get a new one. Maybe we could get a remake. Who
We
knows?
see Duke Nukem. If that could happen, then Gex could happen for the rest of the world.
Exactly. Get a new one, get a remake, get a remaster, whatever.
Something, because Gex was a hidden gem.
Yes, that was like one of my favorite games growing up. Like, I know I showed it in my social medias and stuff, but I literally had one of my friends make me a little statuette of a Gex figure, which I think I showed you already. It's like, I love Gex. It's like one of my favorite games growing up, and I'm like,
And I remember it. I mean, it's a great game. It's a great,
it's
nice
so much fun. It's a
Witty.
platformer, has funny humor in it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Not Conker's Bad Fur Day funny.
Oh no,
But
no.
it's-
Conker's
it was-
Bad Fur Day is a different kind of fun.
It was, we call it dry comedy funny.
Yeah, dry
It was good.
comedy funny.
Great for the kids. Great for family. It was a fun game. So that's all we got for PlayStation Plus, right? So
that's pretty much
we're going to get those benefits 4-0.
Travis Story hits the 3-run home run, baby.
We follow baseball now, and from the 2000s to the 2010s, we were Yankees fans, and then we just don't know from 10 to 2020 is a blur to me. I never follow any baseball, almost football, and now we're getting back into it, and now we are rooting Red Sox.
You are rooting Red Sox.
I don't even think you follow.
I don't follow sports.
That's what I'm saying.
care.
So he'll stick to Red Sox.
I don't follow
Red
sports.
Sox are doing their thing, and finally, it seems like they're kicking ass. It took a while, but I digress. This is a gaming, okay? Gaming. Nothing to do with sports, but PlayStation Plus, we'll see these features very soon. June's around the corner, so about another week and a half, we should get the rollout. So that should be
Which I can't
awesome,
wait until
beneficial.
that comes out.
I want games.
Yes.
I want games.
We can talk
Now,
about
do you have PlayStation Now?
I do. I have both.
Did you notice that? Did it go through?
I never tried it. I paid for PlayStation Now and never used it.
I've been paying for it, but the thing is, because June's coming around the corner, and it just renewed my Plus, but didn't renew my PlayStation Now. I was thinking maybe because next month they're gonna merge it, because I don't want to sit here and renew something that next week is automatically gonna be in it anyway.
Well, I
It's
guess I'm
supposed to
gonna
save
find
$30.
out when I should pay attention to my account.
Yeah,
I
you
have to
should.
see how much comes out of my account now, because if it's gonna be, was it $18, right?
Yeah.
So if $18 comes out, like, okay, so I get that.
Are you ready to talk some politics? Sort of.
I
guess in the gaming world?
Let's go.
So we're gonna start with this guy getting mad and spoke about his.
Hold on, no, so are we gonna talk about the? Well, we can talk about it here, I guess. Yeah.
Who? What? Jesus, big old image.
The 2 games that are getting delayed. Are we gonna talk about it here too? I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's why. Because
okay.
yeah, it's this one image you're gonna see, and you're gonna be like, huh? This is
And then I'll explain.
Yeah, we'll explain because I didn't get an image for that topic, but it
this
goes
goes
within it.
with this because you could explain this part. Because this is the part
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention too much.
So pretty much we've heard the little history is Xbox is not in a good position
because
to show off to their customers of grand spanking titles at launch. Halo Infinite was supposed to come out, got delayed for a damn near a whole year,
and then now the game got released and not in a full state. We
Not
still
in a full
don't
state.
have
60%
co-op. We
complete.
still don't have co-op.
Still don't have co-op.
And 2 major titles of theirs got delayed to next year: Starfield and Redfall.
And those 2 games are supposed to be technically new. It's not technically. It is 2 new IPs.
2 new
right?
IPs, yes.
2 new IPs exclusive to be pushed on the Xbox on holiday.
And they were making huge deals out of these. Like, if you remember, they were making huge deals out of these, and then they both delayed until next year.
And the thing is, the excuse that the man gave, we get it, okay? But it doesn't help that your main namesake on Xbox when it comes to, say, Halo, you had to push out and wait a whole year to give us a 60% completed game. Mm-hmm. That's already bad. And because you bought Bethesda, we were like, that's fine.
You're going to make
They're
Starfield
fine.
exclusive? Whatever.
And then now you got these 2 big games that...
Both by Bethesda.
That Xbox is the Xbox fans, the consumers are waiting for a nice, heavy holiday Q4 for their namesake to push it to the fans. Like, yeah, we got these 2 big old games. You know what?
They could
It's
say
hot
that to any
this
Sony fan.
year.
Be like, you know what? We have these 2 games that are coming out. We have these 2 games coming out.
And Phil Spencer announces, and I'm not going to go, I'm going to paraphrase it, because I'm not really going to dive into his quote. We're delaying them because we want to give them time. They had time, dude. They didn't want to make the same mistake as Halo Infinite. We get it. But they also had time.
Exactly.
So now, this picture, we're talking Xbox. Why is this God of War picture up? Because the original co-creator of God of War, David Jaffe, Jaffe. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Jaffe.
I think it's
Jaffe. I don't know.
Yeah.
David.
Just say David. Just say
The
David.
co-creator of God of War went in on Phil Spencer. Okay? He literally, in paraphrase, it was just like, bro, you have no excuse. You have months, and I am a developer with a first big time. We know how God of War, how big that is.
Well, yeah, like the first God of War that came out for the PS2, amazing game.
And you see the time that is spent, the time that is done, and the success that Sony has for first-party titles, including God of War.
Yeah, because the one that came out for the PS4, one of the best PS4 games ever.
Okay, you're talking about a guy that's been through it and understands it, and now telling Phil, bro, you can't do that.
Exactly.
And if that was the case, you should have not promote these two games as heavy.
Now the thing is, I know next month Xbox has their little conference that they're gonna have next thing. It's about 90 minutes. They better announce some really good games on there that are coming out this year. Because I swear, if you focus more on Starfield, and Redfall, with gameplays and stuff, which they're probably going to do that because they want to show gameplay, get people excited for this.
You know how that.
Then what are you going to have for this year? Yes, you'll have Forza because you always have Forza. But Forza can do so much.
Yep.
And what are you going to do? Get customers excited about your Halo co-op thing? Get them excited, like have that come out during this season, and we get them excited for that, even though the game came out a while ago, and this is just a DLC. How are you going to get them excited about that? Like I said, I'm not sure what's going to happen, because like I said, it's a 90-minute show, so they should have some exclusives.
No, they're not.
But what they're going to have?
I will say Redfall and Starfield are two great heavy first-party titles, and now they will be building their first-party titles because the only person that's got big-ass titles is Sony, and they execute them flawlessly. So
the only thing
to
I can
have
think
David Rash on Phil Spencer is good.
Yeah.
Because Phil Spencer is smart as hell. He understands, and it probably hurt his ass. It probably hurt him, but they shouldn't have promoted that much if you knew that it was going to be delayed.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. Maybe Fable. I'm trying to think of games for
Xbox.
I'm trying to think of games for
There's
Xbox
no
that
other-
could come out this year.
No, they're just going to show off new games, new technology, They're going to promote Game Pass heavy.
Yeah,
That's
they're
what they're
probably, and they're going to probably show a lot of games that are going to be multi-platform.
Yep. They're going to show a lot of things. Game Pass heavy. I get it. That's where it's at.
Maybe some indie titles that will be Xbox exclusive.
Yep, absolutely. And then more features that maybe more benefits.
And maybe Forza.
And the announcement of the cloud gaming will be rolled out as far as the Chromecast and the app.
And I'm pretty sure they're going to show gameplay of Redfall and Starfield because they have to.
They got to.
They have to show some gameplay. They have to get people excited. Because if you don't show those two games during the conference, and like good chunks games, like I want gameplay.
Yeah, 15-minute good trailers, gameplay of that.
If you don't show that for these two games and you just have like teaser trailers again, you're gonna piss off so much. Because I've been paying attention to like social medias and stuff.
Yeah.
People are angry.
People
are
angry. The Xbox fanboys go from ham to angrily nervous.
Yeah, because they're because they were saying like, yes, we got Starfield, we got Redfall,
we got
these games. What do you have, Sony? What do you have? And now
timely releases.
And now I think they're backing up their words, or like they're acting like, what's up, dudes? What is coming for us this year?
We got Forbidden West delayed by months.
It still came out this year.
No, it was.
It was supposed to come out last year,
but it was months too. We're talking a whole year again after their own first-party "What Made Xbox" game get delayed.
It's just crazy,
and it still wasn't complete.
It was just crazy.
So it's like, if the acquisition of Xbox with Bethesda, they knew this was coming, they should have already stated that these two games will be delayed. Do not even think about talking nor getting exclusive content or any of that at this point, because
honestly,
we're not going to release it.
For Starfield, they shouldn't have said a release date. They shouldn't have said a release date.
Nope.
Because they said a release date, 11/11/22. They made a thing. It was like right there. I remember the trailer. Yep. They showed it right there on the console. They should not have done that.
They shouldn't.
Because if they didn't do that, people will be less pissed. But since they did that and they were promoting it heavily, saying like, exclusive, people are gonna think we're gonna have some new gameplay trailer to show it off and all that type of stuff. Then you say that you got delayed?
They don't want to pull a Cyberpunk. They don't want to pull a Halo
Which I
Infinite.
get, which is not, that's not an issue. I get that. But next month during your conference, you better show off something that Xbox fans could look forward to this year.
Yeah, not this year. Next year.
Well, next year too, but they have to have something for this year because they have nothing for the holiday.
Forza,
what do they have for the holiday?
Forza new and finally content to make the Halo Infinite from 60% to 86% complete.
But
that's a slap in the face.
Good enough.
And you know what I feel? You know what I feel deep down inside? In my opinion, this is the price that the Xbox fans pays for having a fluid Game Pass experience. Unfortunately, I feel that it's gotta be. It's gotta be, dude. Because, like, to release Halo Infinite as broken as it was and then have it as day one on the Game Pass, and then people are gonna complain. It's like, you're not even paying $70 for the game. What are you talking about? You can go to Game Pass and play it. You don't pay $15 a month. Yeah, we say, well, we pay $15 a month. Equate that for 4 months. Yeah, but the replayability on it, you're not really playing, and not to mention paying for whatever microtransactions.
I know people have issues with it because remember with Game Pass, games come and go all the time.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to play a game, and let's say they really love this game, and it's gone.
What if Halo becomes almost 90% complete and it gets rid of it on Xbox Game Pass? Now you're forced to buy a finished game that you bought or was going to buy when it was 60%. It is terrible, dude. It is terrible.
Like I get, Xbox is doing well with their Game Pass, but I'm not knocking them for that because they do it fantastic with that. But it's
but this was kind of totally
so
separate.
Much.
This was a bit separate because again, Xbox bought Bethesda, and Bethesda knew that these games weren't going to be coming out, and Phil Spencer had to break it down, not the actual studios of the games itself. Then it was just one of those things he had to bite the bullet, and David had a piece of that. He gave it to him.
It just sucks.
So shouts out to David. He said his piece, and he's doing his thing, and he can back it up because he's got God of War.
Well, I was like, God of War is fantastic, and hopefully
he does scripting.
The thing is,
he does the editing, and he was the co-creator of the damn series.
Now let's hope with him not opening his mouth that God of War actually comes out this year. Because if it doesn't, then he's going to be eating a
lot of his words.
A lot of his words.
All of his word vomit, he's going to have to scoop.
Because people are going to bring this back so hard. They're going to be like, this you?
This you, right?
This you, right?
April 2023.
Yeah, this you? That's right, this you?
I will say yes. You got to back it up.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, if the game gets delayed to next year.
You know what? I feel personally it might.
For some reason, I think it will too. And if that's going to be the case,
then you shouldn't have said that in the first place.
Said that,
and don't say, well, I wasn't a part of it. No, bro. Then you shouldn't have said it.
Because that's going to bite him in the ass.
Absolutely.
And people go into, because tweets are forever. People go to retweet that. They're like, oh, is this you? Oh, is this you?
Yes. Now, we pulled this another picture here of the Xbox here. And we're going to talk a little bit more. And I'm going to read the article because what we talked about two episodes ago and the nightmare that we had in that one week at the Xbox.
About this one, yeah.
So Xbox is looking to ways to validate Xbox discs for disk drive free consoles. So their thing is,
I'm not a fan of that at all.
Yeah, they're trying to say that the service. Oh man, we gotta look at it from their perspective, and then we got to see it on a consumer level. Okay,
I'm still not a fan of that. Yeah. Me personally, that's just how.
So obviously we know the difference of the Xbox Series X and S, and if you guys don't know, there's obviously a power difference, but then there's one that's disc, Xbox Series X, and then there's Xbox Series S that is less powerful with no disc drive.
It's
digital only. Okay, let's see. Let me just read here. Microsoft seems interested in working around. Okay, wait a minute. Courtesy of what's this article? I just pulled different stuff and I just got Ars Technica. Quote: While Microsoft Xbox Series S gives a lot of gaming horsepower for its price, one thing it doesn't provide is a disk drive to access any of the physical Xbox games you might own. Microsoft seems interested in working around this problem, though, as the company has applied for a patent that could provide software ownership, validation of optical disc using a secondary device. Think two-factor authentication from your phone to a tablet. You know, if you got something on the tablet, it needs to verify that it's you. So you are logged into the same, for instance, iPad on an Apple, but you want to validate two-factor. You get your phone and you validate, or your PC and you validate. You get your other device to validate that, or your phone number. So if you go through the iPad and want to get something, it validates that. But two-factor, we're going to go ahead and text you the code. You put it in. That's a two-factor. That mouthful of title describes a patent application Microsoft first filed in November 2020, but which was published by the United States Patent and Trademark Office just last week. And while it doesn't appear that the patent has been granted yet, the application provides more evidence that Microsoft is trying to find a way to bring games trapped on legacy discs into gaming increasingly disc-free future. This reminds me of Voodoo. What was the other game that Walmart had? Is it Voodoo or is it someone else that you put the disc and you put the disc in and then it generates a digital code and then
it's Voodoo.
Is it Voodoo, right?
Yeah, it was the video thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So Voodoo was a movie service that essentially takes a physical disc and then it generates a digital code to validate that you own this disc, and now that
I remember that. Yeah,
file.
a lot of the movies had Voodoo back in the day.
So now they're trying to do that on the software level. I wonder how.
Yeah, how are they going to do that?
When it comes to the technical details of how this validation process would work, the patent application is so vague as to be practically useless. The only constant across its examples is that there are two separate devices, at least one of which has a disk drive that could read an optical disc comprising of the electric content and validate the user's ownership of the electronic content. Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Access to the content is then provided on the other device, which doesn't have to have a disk drive, the Xbox Series S. In practice, this means a digital version of the electric content may be downloaded or streamed to the first device from the second device or from an external device or service. You get an Xbox One and you get all the Xbox games that you downloaded, and as long as your username is tied to that Xbox One, maybe it has to be on, I don't know, or does it get uploaded to your Xbox Gold account? We don't know, still vague.
Yeah,
how is the S going to read all that ownership is the question.
Yeah, how they going to do that?
Xbox Gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or same Wi-Fi over internet and reading those installs and automatically generate a downloadable disc digital version of the same game.
Yeah,
Or using Xbox One as a means of a server of just validating discs. So if you want to play on the Xbox S, you go get your Xbox One, put the disc in there, and then it gives you the code for the Xbox Series S. That's very, very not convenient.
That's what I was saying.
It's got to be a better way, like Voodoo. Got to be a better way.
That's what I'm saying. That's very old school.
And here I would upload the pictures, but I don't think. I don't think it's patent. You can look it up in the United States Trade Commission. Yep. 6-0 socks. Damn, we going in, yo. Beyond that, the mechanics of performing that validation and access transfer are unclear, which we tried to just kind of.
Yeah.
For instance, the two devices could be on the same LAN. Ooh, before me reading this, I automatically said it. For instance, the two devices could be on the same LAN. Two different LANs are just connected via the internet or another distributed network system.
Literally what you said, yeah.
Literally what I said. The two devices could also be connected via a single user account or multiple accounts from one or more users. I am the ish. And the validation itself could be accomplished entirely on the device or through the use of an external video gaming service like Xbox Live. So that's what they filed the process of said. And we're going to stop here because it's very lengthy, but they're trying, because once this happens and it got it unlocked, your next Xbox won't have a disc anymore. And guess who's going to follow suit? More than likely the PlayStation.
Of course.
Because they will save
I'm
costs.
so scared of that.
And
though,
you are
honestly.
so scared of that.
Honestly, because
You see how
whole digital future.
And when somebody trips on that wire, who's going to get pissed?
Yes, because like
And
let's
everybody
say,
else.
Let's say we lose our games and stuff. Oh my.
Because
I
now
don't know.
digital will be leased, but if you validate through the device that you own it, yet the service is down, how are you going to play it on that said device that you authenticated? You can play it on the old, but what if the old can't read what you want to authenticate? It's just there to read shit.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. You could utilize it. Again, you could utilize the Xbox One as a means of just reading shit connected to LAN. to authenticate your service.
Things like that. Yeah, I understand. Going to the future and all that. Like, let's be real, digital is the future. I know this, but it's like I don't know if systems are prepared for that yet.
If they have the infrastructure, are the consumers ready to take that plunge?
I don't know.
And now it's becoming so popular, but then that market of physical discs becomes so niche that they're just gonna go. Now they're just 1%ers. They'll just deal, which sucks. Because unfortunately for me, I prefer digital because I remotely can dive into any game
if
I
I
want.
have to go digital, obviously I will. I
Yeah.
won't like it, but I will.
It's just ownership.
Yeah, I like the ownership. I like having it. I like
Yes.
touching it. I like feeling it. Oh, sorry, that sounds wrong. But yeah,
I pray for you.
I like just having it.
But I'm saying I don't prefer digital because
But
I
I'm
can
old
grab it and
school.
play
I
it.
know.
But when I have a disc, I have to put it in, and then I have to depend on that disc to be in my system to play that said game through PlayStation Remote. Unless if I could just get a disc and it makes automatically digital, then I'm totally fine with that. Then forever physical, because I will choose ownership versus licensing product. Raven Software
Yeah, it was.
Let's
it,
go.
It was finalized today.
finalized today. Raven Software will now be unionized. We're not going to give you the definition of unions. Please look it up on Google. We got a lot of topics got to go through, but Raven now has a union, which gives them more freedom and more gall against corporations like.
Yep, the meeting was live streamed.
Yes.
19 yes, 3 no. So obviously majority ruled.
Yes.
And yeah, Activision was doing everything they could do,
Including
to stop
belittling
exactly
the employees. Yep.
belittling them, saying vote no on the thing through emails, and remember giving people raises of $20 of the people who did not want to unionize. So it's like
3
Activision-
people got that raise, and they're still got to be unioned.
So
But they
right,
won't get that raise anymore.
so right now, what's gonna happen is Activision's has up until the end of this month to fight this.
Which they're going to.
You know they're going to because they were so against us in the first place.
Unless Microsoft says, no, we're not. Because they can't have a final say.
No, Microsoft doesn't fully own them yet.
They could
Because
still
none of this is all-
they could still govern.
Oh, I was about to say because they still.
If it's better to raise the shareholders, yeah, I think they should.
That's still
do
going
that.
through.
I think they should do that. But congratulations to Raven Software.
Yeah,
That's great,
very-
fantastic.
Very happy. Like I'm hoping everything goes through.
Because the
like
BS that they're
100%.
dealing with, bro.
Yeah, it's like union is great. People are worried that because union's going to extend the lengths of games that it's going to take longer for games to be made. It's going to be more expensive for games to be made.
Man,
That's
shut
what people were saying. I'm just like, are you kidding me right
it's
now?
not good. It's
So
only going to be
just-
expensive by inflation itself. So
So you don't want people to actually make a living for working and actually have rights? You don't want people to have that? What is wrong with you?
Yep, and we're gonna, since we have Raven Software here, unfortunately, we're gonna have to use this great image of their independence to explain this BS that happened again today at 2 o'clock today. Activision Blizzard accused of making threats as staff forms union.
Of course, because of course they formed the union,
Yep.
so of course they're gonna make threats.
Courtesy of CNET, the U.S. National Labor Relations Board alleged Monday that Activision Blizzard illegally threatened staff and established a social media policy that stymied its workers' collective action rights. In the charge, the NLRB alleged Activision Blizzard violated Section 7 of the National Labor Relations Act, or NLRA, which says it's unlawful for employees to interfere or dissuade employees seeking to organize a union. The company allegedly interfered by telling employees they couldn't talk about wages, hours, or working conditions. The company also allegedly had a overly broad social media policy that could surveil, discipline, and interrogate employees who discuss those issues online. That's like a loose gag order, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
That's what you described.
In the statement, NLRB spokeswoman Kayla Baldo said the government laboring watchdog had found merit to the allegations. The allegations were filed by the Communication Worker of America, AFL-CIO, according to the charge against employee document. Baldo said a complaint will be issued if the settlement isn't reached. Activision Blizzard denied the allegations, saying employees were allowed to discuss workplace concerns. End quote. Employees may and do talk freely about these workplace issues without retaliation. An Activision Blizzard spokesperson said in a statement, our social media policy explicitly states that it does not restrict employees from engaging in the communication of information protected by law, including, for example, rights of employees in the United States protected by the National Labor Relations Act. Now check this out. What I just said to you within that quote. Our social media policy explicitly states that it does not restrict employees from engaging in the communication of information protected by law, including, for example, rights of employees in the United States. But weren't they technically violated within the actual lawsuit, hence why they formed the union?
Exactly.
The NLRB allegations, reported early by Bloomberg News, come as quality assurance testers in Raven Software, a subsidiary of Activision Blizzard, known for making Call of Duty Warzone and other games within the franchise, voted on Monday to form a union within the developer. The vote is the first attempt of a union with Activision Blizzard. Named the Game Workers Alliance, the union won the vote, with 19 out of 22 voting in favor. 2 of the ballots were challenged. According to the report from The Verge, the GWA represents only a small portion of Raven's roughly 350 employees. Now, because of this, those other 350 employees will probably follow suit, or maybe they took Activision's bait. We don't know.
We don't know.
When then it's a happy picture. Happy Union Day. We won. Good.
I'm very happy for them. Very happy
Yep.
for them.
Yep.
Unions are very important, honestly.
Man, it's crazy. It is crazy. It is nuts. But yeah, now they're gonna try to put, that Activision was trying to shadow ban, block, or
Of course.
interrogate whatever you say online.
Companies don't like unions.
No, they don't.
Big companies like to control their employees. That's what they like to do.
Sad.
It's so sad.
It's very sad. All right, so then we're gonna go. Let's talk briefly. Silent Hill.
So,
Hit it, Maestro.
last week, some concept art and images were leaked. And I was like, something like
2022,
this
baby.
was
Everything's gonna be leaked.
huge.
Yeah,
like,
right.
because one of the things that people wanted was, of course, a new Silent Hill game.
Absolutely. Why
And
not?
then we discussed in one of our past episodes that Bluebird team was working with Konami
Yep.
on a game. Nothing was said it was going to be Silent Hill or anything, but we kind of figured it was going to be Silent Hill because Bluebird made Medium,
Yep.
which is a horror game.
Yep.
A lot of the games Bluebird team makes are horror games.
Yep.
So it just made sense that Silent Hill would be
We
one
put two
of
and two
it.
together. We're not really conspiracy theories, but
No.
kind of,
So some of the images that they showed was one was of a girl with like little like strips of like notes on her face.
Yep.
Another one was like someone, I'm not sure if it's human or not,
Yeah.
but in a really red hallway.
We didn't want to put this on. We're for kids. We were trying to scare our kids. So I just put the name Silent Hill. But the images that I seen, they were kind of creepy.
And then, well, it's a horror game.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
there's another one where they have like a desk which is kind of like disheveled and it has like the papers and stuff surrounding. And I forgot what the fourth image was. But whatever. Those were leaked. And obviously people was like, oh, is this part of the new Silent Hill game?
Yeah.
Is this part of the new Silent Hill game? Like, what is this?
What is this?
What is this?
You put
Why
two and two
is
together,
this
you
here?
connect the dots, what's
oh
happening?
my god. And then, of course, there's been rumors that a remake of Silent Hill 2 is happening.
Good.
And there's another rumor that another Silent Hill game is being made, which is going to be more narrative driven. So it's going to be like a narrative type of game.
Yeah.
Like, think like, what do you call that game?
Like side scroller type? No.
No. Beyond Souls, Heavy Rain.
Oh, okay.
Things like that.
Yeah, Detroit Human.
Yeah,
Become
like
Human.
narratives like that.
Okay.
And then there's also another one which they haven't really given details on what kind of thing. So pretty much there were rumors where like 3 Silent Hill games were being made.
Well, that's
And one of them was being made by Bluebird.
okay.
We don't know which one, obviously.
Yep.
But then these were leaked. And then it's like the CEO said that they're like projects are coming in and
Trying
it's
to sugarcoat it.
happening, but it's like they cannot talk on rumors.
Rumors, speculation. We can't confirm.
Exactly. And then the company, the CEO of Bluebird team, hopefully I pronounced your name right, Pieter, cannot comment on the rumors, but there will be an announcement of a new game that they are making as soon as they are able to.
Yep.
You know, the typical corporate speak.
Yep. PR fixing. PR.
The PR trying to fix, like, all of a sudden it's been leaking. Which I feel bad all these things are leaking. But it's like, people are excited. People have been wanting a Silent Hill game. I mean, honestly, I am afraid that Konami has in touch with it. But Bluebird Team, you know, has been making some horror games. And hopefully I'll be, you know, hopefully it'll be good. I'm hoping it will be. I'm a little afraid.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
speaking of leaks and Konami, we're going to talk about Death Stranding because homeboy Norman over here, is his name Norman? Norman Reedus?
Yeah, Norman Reedus.
This man just casually said, yeah, we're working on the part 2.
So he had an interview with Men's Lifestyle called Leo. And then he was asked a question about, you know, what projects has he been doing and he was like talking about, you know, working with Kojima on the first Death Stranding, how was it and all that stuff. And then it's like, yeah, it was great. It was great working with him. And also he mentioned that
he was talking about it and he's like, I was like, yeah, I just got off finishing one of the parts of part 2.
Casually. Just casually.
What do you mean? Like we just, you know, it's just we're not finishing part 2.
Part 2 wasn't announced. And you just casually said, yeah, I just got done working on it. What? When was this happening?
Shouts out to Norman. That was so great.
So of course,
Kojima tried to come in and hide it, right?
He was trying to hide it. He was trying to say, like, he didn't say it outright, like, what are you saying? But he was trying to play it off, saying, like, one of the things he tweeted out was some pictures of some action figures from, I think it was called, like, it's one of, like, the superhero action figures, like Japan superhero action. Yeah. He would say, this could be maybe one of the scenes of the new game.
Shut up.
And then Kojima was like,
my man is the actor.
And maybe we should, like, you know, lock him up in the closet.
Yeah. So he don't talk anymore. He's not used to
Kojima, it does seem Kojima was mad.
No.
It was like...
It's not mad. It's
it
just
was
that,
like... But obviously it's not 100% true yet.
Shut up.
I mean, it's pretty much it. Let's be real.
June's coming. They're going to show off a trailer. And remember, that ad that we've seen with the PlayStation, that might be the official studio will only be Death Stranding and Death Stranding 2. We don't know. Remember that? Remember that leak?
It was leaked for like 2 seconds. It got the internet deleted it real quickly.
Yep. Kojima has so much power to get rid of it real quick. But instead, Norman went ahead and just casually said, yeah, I just got off the set of part 2.
I was laughing when they said that. I was read that like, yeah, he just started. I'm like,
just started.
What?
What do you mean? You can't just casually
casually say that when nothing other has even been leaked or announced or even hinted at.
Yeah, nothing.
I thought it was done. I thought it was just going to be one-off game
and done.
Be done.
We could always think about if it was going to be a sequel, but just one and done. But no, my man said part 2. I just got off of the start of part 2.
We just started part 2. I'm like,
I don't think he read his gag order contract.
I don't think he
did.
Because how you casually
Norman Reedus?
He was in Walking Dead.
Yeah, we don't really follow Walking Dead though.
But yeah, he was in.
He's a very familiar face though.
Yeah, you'll see his face. Once you see his face, you know like exactly who he is.
But
yeah, I was just laughing as soon as I read that. Like,
and it's not even a game that you just casually mention. It's like, oh, okay, he's gonna be in this game. No, it's Death Stranding. It's Kojima. It's like a heavyweight developer in the gaming world that created Silent Hill.
And you just casually said like, I'm in the sequel. Yeah, I'm in it. Okay.
I'm back.
To a lifestyle magazine.
More babies in canisters. I'm here. I'm here, man.
Oh,
all right, so we're chopping it off. I don't know where I got that. We already talked about it, but I got an image of that. So that's okay. So what we got next? We got EA. What the hell are we going to talk about EA again? There was something.
Oh, you don't remember?
No, right now hit me because I'm running far.
Looking to sell.
Oh yes,
that's a big one. I'm surprised you don't remember. That's a big one.
Yes.
You said you had things to talk about.
It was so big. The wife really doesn't really pay attention to what I say about video games. But when I read it, I was like, babe, you don't understand what's happening.
So
and my prediction is going to be
so
right.
So pretty much what the situation is, EA was looking to buy and sell because recently they pursued to have a merger with NBC Universal.
Shut up.
Well,
Shut
I'm
up.
just letting you know that's what happened.
Oh my god! And I vented on that on Twitter. That
Yeah, they said they were speaking with, and they were pretty close, but the issue was they couldn't come up with a money thing.
good,
They could.
good, good.
But NBC
Glad.
Universal, I guess, wants to get into the gaming world.
Shut up.
I
Just
guess.
because Netflix. And what else? Netflix and what else are we talking about? And TikTok wants to dive into video games. You're gonna think Comcast?
And obviously,
Comcast running
And
EA?
obviously, NBC has their streaming service, Peacock.
Stupid. Oh, get a Peacock. You get EA Play free. I don't even take
So
Peacock
it's
seriously.
it's just strange that they decided they want to do that to do merge because EA's looking to do a merger or
They're trying to get bought out or work with a company, but that's EA.
Exactly.
EA's a big freaking
So
deal.
I'm trying to figure out why they're doing this.
Because they're shit.
I know they're not a
I
good
don't know.
company. I know they're not a good company.
No, they are a staple in the video game world. They have all these sports titles.
They're hated though.
They are hated.
Oh, they're
And what I
hated.
just realized too, which I was caught off guard, Battlefield, the franchise Battlefield, makes up 10% of their total revenue. 10% of their whole EA revenue is on Battlefield alone.
Yeah.
That I didn't know.
Now, and also, they were talking with also Disney, Apple, Amazon, and among others. So they're really trying to like get to speak to someone, and be
because
like,
EA
who like we want to merge with someone.
Yeah, and EA again, it's a heavyweight, but what they're trying to do is try to get their control with other big backing companies.
Yeah, because basically one of the things that the CEO wants to do is if that he does merge with someone, he wants to be CEO or at least one of the CEOs of the new company that's going to be made.
This is like an episode of Shark Tank. Like coming in, hey, look, I'm very successful and I've been suffering from this, and that, and the third, so I still want 51% of the control of the company, but I want this much, and this is what we can project in our return.
Kind of.
That's
and
really what's
EA
happening.
has been making money.
Let's break it down, okay? EA reaching out to Apple. Literally, where EA is going, the companies that they're reaching out makes absolute no sense.
Remember, they also did to Disney too, and Amazon.
Disney's
Like, why are you doing it to Disney? Do you want to give them more power? They already have enough power as it is. Do you want to give them more?
they're good to license their
Now the thing is, I think
video games.
I have an idea why they went Disney though, because next year EA is going to lose their Star Wars rights to make Star Wars games.
Damn.
Yeah, because they have like a certain.
Yeah, they have a time frame.
Yeah,
I remember they
so
had
next
that
year is when it ends, 2023, and obviously you know who owns Star Wars. So that's probably why. That's one of the people why they spoke to.
That's probably the only reason why. They probably try to get a good amount of money on Disney. Instead of just renegotiating the contract and then, they go back and forth, they probably just wanted to get a big, huge chunk.
And also, don't forget, EA is also, FIFA is ending their thing over there too, because, EA is going to have their own soccer titles. So that's another thing. So I think those two things happening is probably why EA is looking to do the merger now.
But what other big games EA has that's running? They got Madden.
Well, they have BioWare, which has the Mass Effect, Dragon Age, which there's a new Mass Effect.
Dead Space too, right?
Dead Space, that's coming out. Sports titles.
They got racing titles too.
They got Madden.
Need for Speed. They got Madden. Battlefield.
NBA, right? No, they don't have
No, they don't have that.
They used to, but not anymore. Football, wrestling? No, that's no, it's not wrestling. Boxing? UFC?
UFC.
Oh, UFC.
UFC.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else do. Oh, skate.
Skate. Yeah. They are a big company, bro.
Yeah.
And for them to reach out to different bigwigs is mind-boggling.
To do a.
But to the companies that they're going to is bothering me.
Now.
NBC/Comcast/Xfinity, shut up.
Exactly.
Shut your mouth. I want to swear so bad, and I'm trying not to, but I can't. I don't want to swear.
But
I'm telling you.
Do you have an idea of what they can merge with?
Man,
because I know I was waiting for you to speak about this one.
Amazon can't do it with EA. It makes no sense. Amazon sells and has a lot of different opportunities.
They also have their own gaming streaming.
And they got their own little gaming streaming thing. That's it. They're not. I don't think they would. They have Twitch. That's one of the main reasons. Amazon could have been the prime reason that EA's games could be streamed via Twitch only.
Because Amazon owns
Yes,
Twitch.
and Amazon owns
Disney,
Twitch.
like I said, has Star Wars. And
then that contract that they have currently with EA and Disney with the Star Wars will be expiring soon. Apple is a big company on a mobile front.
Exactly.
They do, and then big publishers work with Apple in the development and all that jazz.
Exactly. So there are reasons for that.
What
for
was the
those
other one?
Well, NBC. Yeah.
There's no.
I don't understand the NBC
There's
thing.
no
The
reason.
other three I could kind of understand.
Yeah.
But the NBC makes no sense.
I don't like Xfinity. I don't like Comcast, and I don't like them.
I know you have a deep hatred.
We are forced to use it. We are forced to use it. You
Every
are too.
one.
What do you use? What do you use?
Comcast.
Say it.
Comcast, because we have no choice
We
in
have
the
no
matter.
choice, and I don't like
We have
them.
no choice in the
I
matter.
don't like them at all. Like them. And for EA to go to I'm like, yo. I'm gonna break it down. If Comcast absorbs EA will no longer be a video game company. It'll fucking probably be I'm sorry, I'm swearing. It's gonna be a phone service. I don't know. They're gonna ruin the damn company. Then you got Amazon with EA. EA would just be consolidated to a paraplegic video game studio. It'll die. It'll just die, wither away. Same with Apple, and unfortunately, same with Disney.
But
who would make sense and back every title that EA has and bring it up to make more first-party titles than it is already? It's Sony. I'm telling you, it's PlayStation.
That's what you
want. PlayStation makes this move. If Sony buys EA for $51.4 billion.
Is that your guess?
That is my guess, and I'm sticking to it. That will give Xbox the excuse to keep Call of Duty, and we will get the Battlefield. It will make Battlefield exclusive. It will make Dragon Age exclusive, right?
Yeah. Madden?
They can make Madden football exclusive. They can bring FIFA back to the negotiating table. Because PlayStation is not PlayStation, it's Sony. Sony's got pull in the media realms. Okay? So if that were to happen, they could bring back FIFA back in, renegotiate a little bit, and then EA has FIFA again. That could happen. That could happen. Okay?
Obviously, this is all
State 3,
speculation right now.
Speculation.
I know.
EA is trying to get bought out.
Oh, they're trying to get bought, but would not say that Sony's going to do it 100%.
Because Sony is the only ones that can sit here and know exactly where EA's at.
Sony would make sense.
Give them a competitive price that EA doesn't want. EA wants dough and more survival. That's why they went to the biggest freaking companies to make use of it all. And they all didn't work. So now I wonder.
Like I said, the closest one was the NBC because they were almost there. They just could not
reach
figure out with the reach there with the money.
Glad they didn't.
I know.
Glad they didn't.
Because that would have been awful.
Now I really want to know what was the breaking point, why that broke off.
Obviously, they can't say because it's probably
It'll come out years.
It'll come out years later.
But I really.
But
I
right now
really
they
wanna
can't.
know. Yeah, I really want to know because that would have been a terrible merger. Terrible merger. Just imagine EA. Oh my NBC. It could have worked because of sports, but EA is not just
NBC
sports.
is a pretty big sports thing.
But it's not just sports.
No, it's not. They also
and that's what happens. If EA gets absorbed by Comcast, EA is no longer Skate 3. Then all those studios are going to jump ship and go to Ubisoft, go to Xbox, more Xbox Cloud. That EA Play partnership will either no longer work, it'll be game over now, because it will cease to exist, because now it'll be all absorbed by NBC, and then they're going to see, how can we milk it? Oh, that's such a dangerous, dangerous murder. It'll go through the flying colors with the DOJ because they don't.
Yeah.
It's not a monopoly.
Exactly.
It's not like it's just a random TV company that has internet got by the nation's balls, and then they're gonna have a video game company they're gonna just wing it and see what happens. No. They'll get more scrutiny when it comes to Sony and EA, but they can't really do much because they have Microsoft and Activision happening over there.
Exactly.
So the only thing they have different is they have not diddlers in suicide attempts on the EA side, whereas Activision Blizzard does. Ain't that dark?
I know.
Right?
Pretty
But it's
much.
the truth, isn't it? Facts have no feelings. Sony by EA for $51.4 billion. If I become so accurate with that buyout, I'm gonna be so amazed on myself. It's insane.
And you go,
thank the
won't
Lord.
shut up about it on Twitter.
I will not.
No,
shut
I
up.
know, I know you wouldn't.
You know how many first party titles you have? Every month. February. As soon as Super Bowl ends, Madden.
Well, Madden comes out August.
Shut up. They move it February.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
You think the football hype's gonna die? Following next week. Madden. Exclusively. Sony. PlayStation. You already know. What? Next month. Horizon. Oh, some other random. Then you got April. God of War. April or May. Give me a May. I don't know. Need for Speed. They can bring out Need for Speed every year if they wanted to. Screw Forza.
What about Battlefield? You haven't mentioned that yet.
We're not in Q4 yet. I'm not down yet.
I'm sorry.
Want to
I'm
fast
sorry.
forward?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
November, October, Battlefield. Dude, oh man, I'm already thinking about the trailer. Oh man. PlayStation Studios. Newt. I hope.
You see the PlayStation Studios, then you see EA just pop up there.
Oh.
I think
I live for those moments, man. Just like when you see PlayStation Studios, you see because when you see the intro, it literally looks like you're watching a movie. It's weird.
Yeah, I know.
Like you know how the Avengers, like the Marvel comes up.
Yeah,
Marvel.
yeah.
Someone copied them, and I'm like, that looks official. You got the God of War, got the
So
Horizon.
just imagine EA just
Damn.
popping there.
Yeah, and then Death Stranding, little baby there, and the camera I never finished the game, but oh my God! And then you see EA there. What? Tom Brady winning football. Battlefield soldier. You know, I don't know, man, but it'll be very exciting, and I want that to happen because then it gives an even playing field. And Sony's got.
It would. Okay, you want to have Bethesda and Activision? Then we'll have EA.
Yeah. We'll have all exclusive partnerships with the UFC, with Sony, with that'll be. Yep.
Where you want to go for sports? Sony.
Go get yourself a Bravia TV. Go get yourself a PlayStation 5. You know, that's it. That's all.
Because
you need.
if something like that were to happen, I think NBA will start being made again.
Yes.
EA's NBA will start being made again.
Yeah. They can even reach out to another, not just that studio itself. They work with in partnership with other studios that PlayStation has to just make and create.
Mm-hmm.
You know, man, that would be great. So Sony, it's so close now. I didn't realize EA was reaching out to these big companies.
Oh yeah, they're reaching out. Like
That's
they're trying to merge. They want to merge badly, but they're trying to see which one will agree to their terms. And
none of them are saying we ain't agreeing.
Apparently. NBC was the closest one, but that didn't go through.
I'm glad it didn't. Oh, jeez. All right, so
this will be a quick one.
we got two technically quick ones, and we're going to look at some break-in. But this one here, and hopefully, if it's not Sony purchasing EA for $51.4 billion, it's Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 coming out to release. Outlandish and me were talking about what could be. I want it to be announced, and then my soul could be fixed, fine, and relaxed. And I don't even care if it's for next year. That's totally fine. But we were talking, and we feel that it could be an announcement this year of an expansion.
Because this year, we gotta give intro first.
Yeah.
This year is the 25th anniversary of when Final Fantasy VII was released. You know, the huge game that actually got my brother into JRPGs.
Yes.
And of course got me to finalize my love of JRPGs. And then it was announced that Square Enix next month, they didn't give us a date yet, that they're going to announce a new announcement that's going to be Final Fantasy VII related. So now we can go for
Because what I've been asking for
Yes.
quite some time, Final Fantasy VII Part 2, we've been asking for it. Where is it? If you're not familiar with Final Fantasy VII, that bad boy came out in 3 discs when it first came out. Now you can play the game in pretty much everywhere at this point. You can purchase it.
It's pretty much like, even it's on your phone now too.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah,
It's
so
like
you
literally
can
on everything.
Play it, purchase it. It might go through as fast, but remember, it was 3 discs.
Still a great game. Graphics may not age well, but great story, great characters.
Oh, absolutely. Great character development, great everything.
Yes.
It's fantastic. It's wonderful, one of a kind.
Still play. I still recommend that game, even though it's 25 years old.
And
I
the
still
boss in
recommend
Final Fantasy VII is still
it.
recognized.
And the music.
Yes.
The music.
Yes. And the video game boss of the whole entire series is still reminiscent to this day in 2022 when you hear that dum 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 dum.
Exactly.
Dum,
It's
dum.
iconic,
Oh,
and
yes.
even if you're like 12, 10, 15, I still recommend
It's
you
the
play that.
only type of video game that I really want the the main character to go hand, but at the same time, I want the villain to go hand too. It is a great feeling. Anywho, the part 2 is what I've been waiting for. Hopefully this year, based on what's happening, it should happen. But we were talking about it could very well hurt me to release a trailer that shows 2023, late 2023, or even possibly 2024, but give us another expansion that some might not like it, some will. I personally feel like this could be the episodes that they were talking about by releasing different backgrounds.
Because they released the Yuffie one.
Yep.
So now there's a possibility that what they could do is for the announcement they'll show a new DLC, maybe Vincent.
That's what I think it is.
That'll be a nice little to give a little detail of the story. Because remember,
Vincent is really forgotten though. That's why I feel Vincent would be.
Because remember,
better
he used to be part of Shimmer.
Yeah.
So this could maybe give like a detailed stories of his early times before he became the Vincent we know.
Yes, and he's a very unique character. Changes a lot.
Exactly.
His limit breaks do change from different,
So it'll be fantastic. Yeah. So we were talking about this, that maybe they'll show off a trailer that have that game come out later this year. In the fall.
Yep.
October, November, whatever, and then after that, show maybe like a sneak peek trailer or sneak peek picture or something stating that Remake 2 is coming out and maybe it'll be coming out next year.
I would hope next year because we have the graphics and the pull. It's not like last time they showed it off and waited 7 more years to release it.
Yeah, because pretty much what they said is in 2020 they have full development making this game.
Yeah.
July of 2020, full development on making Remake 2. So
we should get a pretty good.
Because let's say if it does come out next year, that's a 3-year development time, which on an engine they already have.
Yeah.
They just have to add more story to it, obviously.
Yep. So who knows? That's what I feel. But they could add another expansion, which I don't knock them, but we already are uniquely entwined with downloadable content. Yeah. So yes, I will gum up and I will buy the 20 to get some Vincent, even though I know him based on the game itself, but to get more deeper, more graphic.
But the remake, obviously, I'm sure they're going to tell more stories on.
That's the one game I will support. I will support every downloadable content this game offers because I love that freaking game. I love it. And it's recognizable to this day, from Kingdom Hearts to Super Smash Brothers. Every Nintendo fanboy, as well as every hardcore PlayStation owner, understands what Final Fantasy VII is.
Literally, Final Fantasy VII is on the Switch. You can play it on the Switch.
Man. So, let's hope and let's see if a trailer will be released. Last but not least, the last topic we do have here is GameStop. And you don't like it.
No, because as we discussed in our past episode, that GameStop was looking to get into NFTs and crypto and create their own NFT website and their own crypto wallets. So it was announced, I think it will happen yesterday, the site opened and now they released their crypto wallets and everything like that.
Weird, I should get on that, but I don't know what I would need that for. Unless
and of course, they opened their own NFT marketplace with their own wallets and all that type of stuff. But they're doing it at such an awful time because I don't know if you've been paying attention to the NFTs today. NFTs, crypto, all that are tanking.
Crypto, we know it's going to come back because
but
it's so
NFTs
much NFTs are not.
No.
I think it will later.
And I know GameStop was focusing on NFTs.
It's a big mistake.
It's like, how are you doing this? And now it's such a bad time. They just announced it, and NFTs are going down so bad. So bad. And I'm like, inside, I'm like, yes, that's like fantastic. I love this.
My Stadia device is your NFT device. Yeah, but I feel that NFTs will work. Not now.
No, the way they have it now is awful how they have it.
How they were so bullish to implement all these NFTs to all these general consumers that don't give a rat's ass. And now big companies like GameStop are going to push that. It's like,
and remember Square Enix, they got rid of their Crystal Dynamics thing just to get into the NFT thing. And of course they did that also at the wrong time.
They're going to regret it. Again, there's no home, dude. Again, the only time the NFC works is music industry, man. Music
So it's
industry is
just
the
like-
only thing that I see the NFTs working so
But it's
far.
not being used that way. It's being used to sell art. It's not even good art.
It's whatever is hot out here, put it into a game, and you get exclusive rights by paying $2.3 million.
So stupid.
So dumb.
Like,
But because now GameStop's opening up, now there's some marketplace of some sort to tie into games. But where's the home? Metaverse and Facebook is not working yet. It does not get the it doesn't grasp a general consumer and us.
Yeah, because
to
I know
go
for
to virtual reality and
NFTs,
exercise it.
because I know for NFTs, their marketplace is called OpenSea.
Yeah.
And that's what GameStop is trying to be, like an open sea.
And I went on that website. It has nice, like thinking from a perspective of PlayStation Home that came out,
Yes.
or thinking about something that you would have like an apartment or a place where you, like right now, if I put on my PlayStation 5, your home screen will be your metaverse. That's how PlayStation Home should have been, but it was a separate app. So imagine putting on PlayStation 5 without the VR, just putting on the PlayStation 5, and your start is you choose your profile. Your profile is your character. Your character runs, and you want to get it. You want to go play the game, or I don't know, jet, go to the game. You know,
I get
many
it.
shortcuts. Implement the service where everybody can see what you have. You go to your friends, and you go to your friend's spot and see what they have. All the achievements, you can physically see what they have. If you want to go to a game base, you come up to the game base, you walk up to them, or they're playing, you walk up, and they get notification, you talk, boom, 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 and all that, right? Or just in general, you can go on PlayStation 5 and don't play games, and just hang out. Without VR. We're not even including the VR. You just go and hang out, and go to your friend's crib, and you see where'd you get that golden Mickey? Oh yeah, an OpenSea. They were selling it when I showed proof of purchase of such, or if I have a Disney Plus subscription, I can have this. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Kids and tweens love that shit. They come that shit.
But
They're
that's
doing
not
it
how
for
they're
them.
implementing it. Though.
No, they're doing it. They're like, get it. Get it,
Money,
get it,
greedy,
get it,
everything is
now.
so greedy. And
There's
of
no
course,
home.
and now, like I said, right, not too long ago, it was like a tweet was sold for $2.3 million as a thing. He tried to sell it. You know what it got? Couple of thousand.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
wouldn't sell it for that because he wanted to keep
Yep.
it. It's like it's going down.
Yeah, and the thing is, again, there's no home for this technology, and what they need to do is create, instead of having a UI, what do you call it? Not GUI, right? Yeah, it's GUI. We call it GUI,
Yeah.
graphical user interface. Instead of just having a
Yes, I say
dashboard,
GUI, but
yeah, a dashboard. Select your game, play, make it a world you just enter. Make it so you're not forced to do it, but then your achievements, like your profile, automatically creates your space, and people could go into your space, and then they can go in and check out your space. If you check out and interact, you get certain achievements within your space and others. Make it more interactive. Then NFTs come into play, because then you can earn NFTs by trophies. You can have the trophies, or you can buy a separate desk, like IKEA comes with an NFT. You know, you pay IKEA for $12.99, you pay $14.99, you get an NFT. You scan it, put it in there, you got an IKEA little shelf. They need to implement those types of things to get the consumer.
that would be
to
a much
get
better
into
idea.
NFT.
What they're doing now,
Yes.
be a way better idea.
Way better. Like downloadable content for Final Fantasy VII. You know how you get those the carbuncle and the cactus as downloadable content. Maybe we can have those two little materials. Only those that have it right then and there. And you could either and then they want that and they want to buy it. That publisher can get 2 times the amount if they just want to get those NFTs. Those NFTs are downloadable content from the game itself. But because you got the NFT, only because of the look, now you benefit from the game. I'm a genius. I can do it, man. I can give me an opportunity. Give a good straight line of how to easily implement it to the consumers. It will work. You don't force it. You just let it. How does this work? How does this UI work? Do you like it? Cool. What is it? Get some feedback. Because you're not like you want to put it on a PlayStation and think Sims. You don't want to think that. But you want to have an open space that you automatically have. You have a profile, right? Make your profile 3D. Make it yours. And let people join and see it. Check it out. And NFTs. Any reserves you have at GameStop. Or you walk up to your wall and it says GameStop, your current reserves. What if you go and buy your reserve, automatically get down right there and you get the game? Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's the future.
that is the future, and that's what I think should happen quickly.
We'll see. Because like I said, NFTs are tanking right now, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's not looking good, but they're not implemented the way they should. Episode 48 B.o.P is concluded today. There's not going to be any breaking news because we are almost out of time.
Yeah, I know.
We started late and we ended late, but it was a lot to pack because it was 2 weeks of content.
Yeah, we had to get through 2 weeks.
But it was very, very heavy. From the Stadia BS from AT&T through Sony, I don't know.
The EA thing happening.
Yeah, and all that jazz. But sharing is caring. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we're on every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Obviously, if things change, follow us on Twitter. You get the latest updates. Again, follow us on YouTube, Twitch, and as well as TikTok. We're live on TikTok for the episodes as well. So you get some. They comment. They're negative, positive, and all is love at the end of the day. It is Killer Whisk.
Outlandish.